Hello students. So we did scapula part 1 last time. Now we're doing scapula part 2. So which means that you should know which is the costal surface of scapula, dorsal surface, superior inferior lateral angles, superior medial lateral borders. If you don't know that, pause, go back, study, come back. Right. So again a request to all of you, always sit for my osteology lectures with bones in your hand. So scapula should be there in your hand. By now you know how to hold it in its normal anatomical position, so hold it correctly. I would suggest also have the same sided humerus and clavicle ready with you in case you want to articulate them. Okay, so with this basic instruction, remember I will ask you a lot of questions in my lectures. The answers to all these questions either are explained in the lecture or then you can go to the notes section, you will find all the answers there. Okay, so let's begin with the 3 processes activity. Pick up the scapula, all of you. So holding the scapula in its normal anatomical position, you can see that it shows a number of projections. One projection which is coming posteriorly, spine of scapula. One projection which is coming laterally, acromion process, and one which is facing directly forwards, the coracoid process. Okay, so this is your spinous process, this is your acromion process, and this is your coracoid process. Have you got the 3 processes? Spinous, acromion, coracoid. Spinous, acromion, coracoid. Please say them once. Sometimes these words are unfamiliar and therefore we are not comfortable saying them. If you don't say them, you will not remember them later. Okay? So spinous process, acromion process, coracoid process. Right? Okay. Let's understand the spinous process. Okay? So we are going to be focusing our attention on this. Remember, this is the spinous process of scapula. It has an apex which meets the medial border, the narrow end, and then it laterally widens out, okay, till it forms the base. The base is the same edge which forms the spinoglenoid notch. Remember my finger going from the supraspinous fossa to the infraspinous fossa? This is your spinoglenoid notch. This bony ledge is called as the base of spino-scapula. So apex and base. The spino-scapula also has something called as a crest. So this edge which is coming posteriorly is the crest of spino-scapula. The crest extends laterally and becomes continuous with the acromion process. The upper border of the crest, lower border of crest. Upper border of crest becomes continuous with the medial border of acromion process. Lower border of crest becomes continuous with the lateral border of acromion process. Unless you practice this using your fingers, you're not going to understand what I'm saying. So practice it. Apex of scapula, base of scapula, spinoglenoid notch, crest of spine, apex of spinous process, base of spinous process. Okay? Spinoglenoid notch, crest of spine extending laterally into the acromion process. Upper border of the crest, medial border of acromion process. Lower border of the crest, lateral border of acromion process. Got it? Let's come to the screen now and discuss all this. Okay? Here is the apex of spino-scapula, which you can find at the T3 level, third thoracic vertebra. Here is the base, which forms the spinoglenoid notch. Okay. Now this here is your crest of spine of scapula. Crest of spine or the posterior free border of spine. This surface, this spine therefore has an upper surface which is related to the supraspinous fossa and a lower surface which is related to the infraspinous fossa. Okay. Please practice this on the bone. I am teaching you on the screen, but by now you should all the time be holding the bone in your hand. Let's talk about the crest a little bit more. The crest, as you can see, shows an upper border which becomes continuous with the medial border of acromion process and gives attachment to the trapezius muscle. Similarly, the lower border of the crest of spine becomes continuous with the lateral border of acromion process and gives attachment to the entire deltoid muscle. Okay, So let's revise this once. Upper border, trapezius muscle. Lower border of crest of spine, deltoid muscle. This attachment is continuous with the attachments on the acromion process as well. If you find this video interesting and you want to master the anatomy of upper limb skeleton, then come join my comprehensive course on Udemy titled Anatomy of Upper Limb Skeleton Ultimate Hands-on Guide. So what will you learn there? You will learn the anatomy of clavicle, scapula, humerus, radius, ulna, bones of hand. You will also learn the muscle attachments, important aspects of related joints and nerves, applied anatomy aspects like fractures. I'll also share with you some notes on key topics. Finally, we'll try and solve MCQs to assess your level of understanding. So, students, if you feel interested, do check out the link given in the description section below. And here's the best part. For the next 5 days, clicking the link in the description section will give you free access to the course. After that, the link will expire, so be sure you enroll soon. One small request. Once you've taken the course, please, after completing the course, take a moment to leave a review. Do share your feedback. It will help me to reach more students and continue to create valuable content for everyone. So I'll see you in my course on Udemy. Thank you. Bye.